Good morning and welcome to 365 Days of Amazing Stories with Theo Mayer. Here we are on day 140 of 2025. I'm continuing the story of the King of the Wind. So, the Fenslodgers brought back to Gog Magog. And now, Sham being let out of his van, led by Ogbah. Grimalkin on his back and greeted by the Earl himself. The warm, delicate hand of the Earl embraced the calloused hand of Ogbah. And the Earl let him know that Sham would live out his days there at Gog Magog, and then led the way to Sham's new stall, Hobgoblin's old stall, and above that door, the Godolphin Arabian was written out. Sham stood in front of the stall door for a little bit. Who knows what was going through his head? And the Earl then asked Ogbah to urge Sham to go in. Ogbah let him in, and he circled around the stall, sniffing, and then rubbed his sides against the soft, down-filled leather pouches that were all the way around the stall. He seemed to enjoy this, as if to say, this suits me quite well. And then, who should let out a whinny of delight upon knowing that Sham had been returned, but Roxana herself. And when Sham heard her neigh out from the stall door, he immediately looked and saw out in a paddock close by Roxana. He kicked with his front feet against the stall door, whinnying back a call of delight. And the two of them, well, their whinnies could probably have been heard all the way to Wicken Fen. So delightful and robust they were. Roxana was no longer the petite filly that she had been when she had first arrived at Gog Magog. Now she was a broodmare and had filled out. But this did not make her any less beautiful to Sham. And it seemed that Roxana did not mind at all the coarseness of Sham's hair after having spent all those days in the wild, up in the fen country. Ogbah could not rid himself of the smile that he wore at having returned to this beautiful heaven-like place to him, seeing Sham in the stall of honor, and feeling certain that finally the wheat-ear must have played itself out in that white almond of a mark on Sham's hind leg would finally bear fruit, allowing Sham to live out the destiny that he was meant to, siring a new breed of horses, fleeter, faster, stronger than any that had been before. And so, we'll leave the story here with the days at Gog Magog running one into another in a beautiful way. Things going easily, peacefully, delightfully for that trio, that odd trio of Fenslodgers.